Here we are today with Max Berry at the Fit Partnership in Esher. Hi Max.
How you doing, Erin?
Yeah, great. And I'm so excited to be here because we first met about, just over a year ago. And I came to your location in Wimbledon and you told me about your plans that you had for Esher. Then I came down here and I saw this stripped out building and you had this amazing vision. And today I've come and seen that vision come to reality. So firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
But I'm really excited if you might share with us, what is the Fit Partnership?
Well, ultimately the Fit Partnership is designed around a personalised community looking after their long-term health with the primary goal of aging well and living better. That is ultimately it. We want to simplify the message. We want to look at the realities of life. Time-poor people, very, very stressed, whether it's professional athletes or Mary, our oldest member in her 80s. We can help all of those people with a solution that is very, very different to a gym and actually going to achieve long-term change in people's lives. With the principle of the reality, people are living longer and longer than ever, and quality of life is declining. And there are very simple things we can do on a daily basis to change that. And a lot of these longevity health clubs, these facilities are looking at just testing when actually the majority of it comes from implementation. So that's what we do.
Fantastic. So essentially you are improving their health span.
That is the idea.
So tell us about some of the pieces of touchless technologies that you have in your facility here.
Well, ultimately we have a mix of hands-on and hands-off equipment. We have offerings available for all kind of goals in the reality that things like the Vulcan, red light therapy, cryotherapy, all of these different offerings are being found to be more efficient ways of achieving benefit in a shorter period of time. And it's a fine balance between a person-to-person approach, as well as using equipment, technology that are more efficient ways of doing the job for us as well.
Now, I also know that a big piece of what you're doing is kind of around education as well. So are you able to explain a bit about your education program?
So the idea is, if we don't educate people, then how are people going to stick with it long term? Ultimately habits come through, in my opinion, regular sessions, but also having the education on why they're doing something. So we have an incredible team that go through all of the different bits of equipment. We go into a lot of the science behind all of the equipment. And we also look to run bi-weekly educational evenings, networking evenings, ways of members and non-members coming into the facility and learning about health, which is, I'm sure we both agree, a very vast area at the moment that we need to look to simplify to an extent. And that's an education first approach.
And now we have taken a few photos of the equipment in your facility, and there's two pieces of equipment there that I don't think a lot of people actually know much about, and that would be the Vasper and the Vulcan.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing us a bit about that?
Well, the Vasper is actually how I started 7 or 8 years ago. So ultimately the Vasper is very close to my heart. I still think it's probably the most incredible bit of kit that we have within the facility, maybe a little bit biased. And ultimately the Vasper is designed around 2 hours of exercise hormones in 21 minutes using blood flow restriction and cold cooling, along with a HIIT workout. So the idea being you produce a lot more lactic acid in a shorter period of time, triggers the same response in our brain, thinks we've exercised for a long period of time, but we're not sweating during the workout, which is very nice. We have no soreness the next day. So people are actually leaving feeling energized, but also becoming fitter, stronger, boosting their anabolic hormones, etc. So that's all done in 21 minutes and it replicates that 2 hours of high intensity exercise someone would need to do elsewhere. Yeah, and the reality is most people will struggle to understand it until they feel it, but it's no gimmick. It is one of the hardest things you can possibly do. But it's all about maximizing on that time, making sure we're safe while we do it, reducing our chance of injury so someone can sustain that regular program. Done 2 to 3 times a week.
Excellent. So tell us about the Vulcan then.
The Vulcan is a very, very different device. It's done on a basis of technology-backed strength training. We use two parts of a lift. We have an eccentric and a concentric phase. That's our main two lifts. And ultimately what it means is our bodies can naturally lift around 100% heavier in our eccentric phase, the extending of a muscle. We're unable to do more than generally our concentric phase in a normal gym session. The machine is using variable resistance on a motorized belt. So you will lift essentially 2 to 4 times heavier in every single exercise you do. It's increasing the amount of loading through the bones. So it's strengthening the bones, strengthening our muscles. And the idea is you do 5 to 6 exercises once a week. And we can prove results because it's technology backed. It's all on an iPad, and we can show you your results every single time to the percent.
That's fantastic. So basically tracking your progress as you go along.
Exactly.
And I believe it also helps with bone density. So that's something that's really key at the moment. And we're seeing quite a lot of information out there about bone density. Do you offer any kind of diagnostics here? So initial testing?
We absolutely do. We have several membership tiers, but anyone and everyone can come in and do the testing as well. We do the testing and the implementation, but it's all subject to what the member's after. So we have a full VO2 max test capable. That's being shown to be one of the main indicators of health span long term. We have a bone density analysis, a very cool new concept called Screen My Bones. Ultimately, that's a new way of essentially doing a DEXA scan, showing our fragility scores, our bone health. We have capabilities to check our muscle mass, our body fat, all of these different areas we can analyze all the way through to a private GP that really knows what he's talking about from a functional background point of view. Doing our testing, we can even look towards your biological age. So yeah, we do it all.
Fantastic. So a whole body health check, pretty much.
Exactly that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for inviting us here today. It's been an absolute delight to see how things have progressed for you, and I wish you every success for the future, and I look forward to visiting again.
And I appreciate you having me on, and also we're looking forward to having more touchless equipment down the line as well.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks.